Assalamu alaikum, Jabin apu.
Walaikum assalam.
We have just finished the IELTS speaking test. So, how was the test?
Alhamdulillah, it was pretty well.
Okay, so you have said in one sentence it was pretty well. Now we will come to know how it was pretty well. So, let's start with the first part. What was the first part question and what was actually it about?
Um, Thankfully, my examiner was much helpful.
Hmm.
And in first part, they asked me the very basic questions like where do I live, what I do, work or study. That's a very common question,
And
in
we have
IELTS.
already practiced about
Yeah.
these things.
So they asked me just what I do, and that was the very first question. And then second, they asked me to tell me something about my educational institution, from where I did my graduation. So I talked about the Dhaka University, and then the following question was that if I have to make any, recommendation to my university authority, what it would be. So I told them about the student transportation system, and also about the to increase the number of seats of the students
means residential
in the residence
problem.
hall. Yeah, because in first or second years, most of the students have to stay outside of the university campus. That is quite, that
Challenging.
challenging for the students. So just I mentioned about these two suggestions that the university authority should look after.
Okay, that's great. So after the university related discussion, did they introduce any other topic before the cue card?
No, they actually asked me. In first part, 3 questions. Apart from the basic questions like what's my name and what I do. These are the basic questions. Then the 3 questions was what I do, study or work, where I work, what I study or studied, and tell me something about your university, and then the
Okay.
complaints.
So did you face one thing that they are asking you the questions so frequently and sometimes even you cannot finish your answers? Did you face difficulty?
No, I didn't finish difficulty because my examiner was much more, much more friendly with
Wow.
me. He was smiling all the time, and he also
great.
gave me the complaint that I have a beautiful smile.
Wow.
And another thing that he didn't stop me in between my talk. That
Okay.
you used to do that. Yeah. So he didn't do
So
that.
in the real IELTS exam, sometimes they do that, but as it was probably virtual test and the examiner was too friendly, and could you actually understand he's Indian or any British examiner?
British.
Could you actually? That's why they're much more friendly. Most of the Indian examiners, this is not my experience. Most of my IELTS candidates, they usually say that the Indian examiners, they become too much rude, rough and tough with the candidates. So you are lucky enough that you have got a foreigner and that was a British examiner. However, what was your QCAR topic?
To describe a moment that I was bound to make complaint against somebody. So the the hints were against whom I did the complaint, what was the topic, or what was the the situation that bound me to make complaint, and what was the result, and whether I was happy with my result.
Okay, so we can say it was a kind of person related
Yeah.
cue card. Again, a kind of situation related cue card. The mixture of these two things. You are complaining against a person, and then you are complaining on the basis of a situation. And then again, what was your reaction? What was your feeling? And what was the feedback after the complaint? So what did you say in your
Yeah, I
section?
have to make actually, make a story. But
So was that real or
No.
you just made
no, it was not
instantly?
real because I didn't ever complain against somebody. So I have to make it, but I have some solid ideas about it because
Okay.
in my country, the girls especially, there's a lot of difficulties or problems
True,
in
that's
workplace, and they have to make files. Files of complaint against against some colleagues. So I just remember one of the story of my friends, Nasrin, who worked in UN, and she shared her awful story about her sexual harassment. So I
Okay.
just copied the story
And related to yourself.
Yeah. So and pasted in terms of my workplace. So I told them, I was feeling very harassed sexually, both in his words and his actions,
And
his
his
attire.
attitude.
Yeah. and that made me feel down and out.
Wow, down and
Yeah,
out.
I also used this. I used three phrases. I mean,
Okay.
consciously there.
Wow.
I mean, four phrases. First thing, down and out.
Oh, wow.
I felt blue.
So,
Then,
okay.
regarding the result,
Mhm.
when I said that my boss fired him,
Mhm.
then I said I was feeling. So what is
Over
it
the
was
moon?
the yeah over the moon. It was such a moment when I felt over the moon. So I
Okay.
included, and what's more,
Wow,
on top of
excellent,
that,
excellent,
I used
excellent.
to-
On top of that,
yeah,
so what did you actually write?
yeah, you stop.
What did you actually
Yeah.
write in the notes?
Yeah, it was mentioned at top that I have
Wow.
to I have to write it.
So, my dear viewers, I requested actually Jabin Apu to write down top so that she can remember. She has to use on top of that what's more. These are the cohesive devices we actually suggest to the students so that they can use in their cue card part. So now let's talk about the third part. I mean the last part of your speaking test. What it was about.
The third part were the following questions of the cue card, as you know.
Mhm.
So it was about the complaints that in my country people often make complaints. Do I agree with the statement?
Mhm.
And why they make complaints? What are the common assumption of the people? What is the common perspective of the people behind filing any complaint?
Okay.
Another, they also throw me
That
another.
means some general perspective related question. Did they ask any personal question?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. They asked me, they asked my opinion, whether I agree or disagree with the statement that young people make more complaint than the aged people.
Wow.
So I said,
Statements
yeah.
and then debates
Yeah.
about
So,
it.
yeah. So I asked that. Then when I agreed with the statement that
Why?
yeah,
He was
then
asking why.
So
Wow,
I
this is a very common thing. If you say anything in the part 3 and if you do not go for explanation, if you do not say because, if you do not say these are the reason why, then the examiner will say why. I mean,
Yeah.
ask you continuously why. And even sometimes if you answer it, they will ask it again. So you can say that as I have already mentioned or as I have already talked about it. So it was all about your speaking test today. So just after tomorrow, that means the day after tomorrow, she will sit for the rest of the modules, listening, reading, and then writing. So I hope you, for all the best, inshallah, you will achieve your desired band score. And for speaking, what is your expectation?
I don't know. I think I didn't make any mistakes consciously, but there are maybe some with a slip of tongue. But I think I have responded well against every questions, and I also did well in the Q card section. But the rest is also, upon the examiner. But I expect that I will achieve at least 7.5 or in general 8.
Okay, so as I have been with you, or I have been practicing with you, so for last, I would say, more than 20 days, around 1 month. So far, my observation, Jabin Apu has the potential to get 8 if she can ensure her best effort. So as per her statement, she has given her best effort, she has done her best job, and she did not have any stumbling, mumbling, or she did not actually become nervous in the real IELTS exam. So I personally can expect 8 in speaking, and if the examiner is not that much satisfied, then it might become 7.5. That means it will not be less than 7.5, not more than 8. So we expect you to get at least 8 or 7.5 inshallah in speaking module. So let's see what is our expectation and what is the reality. Is there any similarity or not? So thank you so much for being with us.
One thing I want to
yeah,
mention,
please.
that if I score 8 in speaking, all credit goes to him.
Wow.
Because he made me recapitulate the words that I should incorporate in my speaking. I was frequent enough in speaking, but he made that potentiality much richer. He asked me or suggested me some few words that I should incorporate, that like to my way of thinking. I use that word.
Wow, excellent.
Then
excellent
on
job.
top of that, what's more, I felt somewhat blue.
Wow.
So that was amazing.
And to give a natural expression to the examiner, and that is the reason he told you that you have a very beautiful smile, and this is the compliment which actually remove all of your nervousness, all of your unpreparedness, and you have become totally comfortable with the situation. And this is just because of your natural look and you're putting a smile on the face. This is what I actually suggest to all of my candidates. So thank you so much, dear viewers. We will have a series of videos inshallah about the real IELTS exam. Thank you so much. Thank you.